That's
and Amy.
a move.
All right, well, we were all rooting for Derek Hough and his partner, Paralympian Amy Purdy, this season on Dancing with the Stars. They killed it.
They did, and though they finished in second place, the Emmy-winning choreographer and five-time champion is just getting started, and he's here live. Welcome, Derek.
Well, thank you for having me.
Welcome. What a great season you just had.
It was amazing. It was great. It really redefined the whole experience for me. It was great.
Why did it do that?
Well, I think there's a difference between success and fulfillment.
Yeah.
And I've been very successful in the show, and it's been great. But this was very fulfilling. It really was to be a part of something that was really sort of pioneering. We really didn't have anything to sort of base on. Using different types of prosthetics, and we were just experimenting and figuring it out each week, and it was amazing what we were able to do and what she did.
Were you nervous going into it? Because, you're known for your choreography. People love Dancing with the Stars that come on, but this was a big challenge for you as a dancer.
It was what made me excited to do it. I think anything that is challenging or that makes me feel a little bit curious about excites me.
Yeah.
And people ask me if it was the most challenging season I've ever had or most difficult. And actually, honestly, it was one of the most easiest in the sense that each week, even though there was a challenge, I was excited about it. I really was. And it really made it really easy to do. And
Amy seemed like she loved the challenge as well.
Absolutely. Well, to see the light in her eyes, sparkle when I would turn her, and she's like, "I didn't know I could turn.
Wow.
I didn't know I could. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know she had no idea." So it was great to do that.
Well, what's great too is that we're learning a lot more about you recently, and you were on the cover of last week's People magazine, and you talk about you and Julianne kind of leaving at a very young age, at 10 and 13, I think, to go to dance school in London.
Yeah.
And it was hard for you, and your parents were going through a divorce, but at the same time, you do credit these early sacrifices to your success.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was an incredible experience. We worked so hard out there. We had an amazing life, and an incredibly difficult schedule, but that's why I ended up loving it and staying there because, we had
Mark Ballas's house.
That's right. That's right. We had such a strong, schedule, and we would compete on Sundays and train on Saturdays in schools all day throughout the week, plus practice on top of that. But it was because of that schedule that I loved it, and I wanted to stay there and to pursue. And it was sort of that preparation, preparing for something, and then, preparation meets opportunity, and the opportunity came along, and we were ready for it. So,
boy, were you ever. Now, you have a book coming out in August called Taking the Lead. Do you write about your early years with you and your sister in this book?
I do.
All about that?
It's not all about that. Moments throughout in my life that I learned a lot from. It talks about all the way back from growing up in Utah, and going to England and dancing with the Stars, winning the world championships, just different moments in my life that I learned a lot from. And so that's why it's lessons of a life in motion, and just a few things I've learned along the way that I want to share.
And it kind of brings you up to now too, and you're on the Move Live tour with Julianne. You guys have been Instagramming some videos
and selling out arenas.
I know.
It's been this is fun. This is fun.
Did you think that you would end up as dancers, kind of living this rock star life?
I don't know. It's funny. We always we just kind of dreamed about it. You always kind of envision it, and whenever you have clarity about something, clarity is power. And I had these clear visions of things like that. And but we love performing live. That's why we wanted to do the tour, to connect with the audience one-on-one, and to really just have a great time with them and get them moving.
Well, speaking of moving, you're always on the move, so it seems perfect that you've teamed up with Kellogg for this recharge bar. Tell us about this.
Yeah, it really is perfect. I mean, we're on the road right now, and with all our dancers, we're on buses and stuff, and so it's perfect and so convenient to we eat cereal in the mornings, obviously, and we actually eat them out of cups, and getting those proteins and grains in the morning, to get us recharged and kind of ready for the day.
And what is this music? What is that?
This is cereal dance.
Is this your? Because I heard you choreographed something.
We did something down in Broadway. We had some of my dancers come, and we did a little cereal milk dance, and it was fun. We had a good time. It was a lot of good.
Okay, your face just lights up when you hear
that.
How can you not?
And more than just breakfast, I had it for dessert last night too. I had my special.
It was so good too. They had these amazing variations of cereal, which I'm going to now take home to myself.
And everyone else can see it too.
All the Kellogg's you want.
You can get more info at kellogg's.com/cereal and milk. Derek, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you. All right, well, still to come, we've got more doggies up for adoption in this week's project. Come on. Congratulations.
Look at that face.
Oh. They're dancing on the inside.
No, serious.
Oh,
Hey.